Now, I would like to introduce the York International team. To begin with, I would like to introduce Eugene Lee, who is the International Student Experience Coordinator at York International. As I mentioned before, I'm Zhang, and I'm a student coordinator, and with me are my colleagues, Anika and Tier. By the end of this webinar, it is our hope that students will have more knowledge on the unique characteristics of the Canadian post-secondary education system, the various ways students may be evaluated in their classes, the value of group work in a Canadian classroom setting, and finally, all the available academic resources here at your university. In terms of the agenda for today, we'll start by discussing some essential tasks you should complete before coming to Canada. Next, we'll provide valuable insight into how you can best prepare for your academic journey here at York, with share tips on how to stay on top of class, familiarize yourself with the classroom structure. Following that, we'll explore the importance of group work in a Canadian classroom setting. Lastly, we'll wrap up their presentation by guiding you through the academic resources available to support you during your studies. Finally, we'll open the floor for your Q&A. And as a reminder, you're welcome to ask your questions using a Q&A feature throughout the presentation and during the question and answer time at the end of the presentation. Lastly, before we wrap up today's webinar, I'll be sharing some of the upcoming York International pre-arrival webinars and fun events. We're thrilled to welcome the Student Success team from York International, who will be guiding you through today's section. They're here to share all the essential information you need to successfully navigate your academic journey here at York University. Student Success team, the stage is yours.
Thank you so much, Zhang, for that beautiful introduction. Hello, everyone, and welcome. I am thrilled to introduce you to the Student Success team. To begin with, we have Nikita Cruz, who is our International Student Experience Coordinator. And my name is Niyati. I'm one of the student coordinators, followed by Lillian, who's our student lead, and Maureen, who is also our student coordinator. Welcome to this exciting new chapter in your academic journey at York University. We are so happy that you're here, and we want to make sure you feel prepared and confident about diving into the Canadian classroom culture. You've already taken a significant step by joining us today, and we're all thrilled to help you get off to a strong start. Now, let's talk what makes the Canadian classroom experience unique. This might be different from what you're used to, and that's perfectly okay. Today's session is all about giving you the tools and insights to embrace this new approach to learning. One of the fundamental value in Canadian education is critical thinking. Here, it's not just about memorizing facts, it's about analyzing ideas, questioning assumptions, and thinking deeply. You'll be encouraged to ask why and how, developing skills that go beyond the classroom and prepare you for real-world problem solving. One of the first things you'll notice is the variety in classroom sizes. Some classes are smaller, allowing for close interactions, deeper discussions, and stronger connections with classmates and professors. This setting is ideal for sharing ideas and diving into the details. On the other hand, large lecture halls offer a different experience, where you'll absorb a lot of information and focus on taking notes. Each size has its own benefits, so you'll get to experience both and see which style suits you the best. Active participation is another key feature. In Canadian classrooms, your voice and your opinions truly matter. You're encouraged to share your thoughts, debate ideas, and actively engage in discussions. This might feel a bit intimidating at first, but remember, every contribution you make is valued and adds depth to the learning experience. A unique aspect of the Canadian classroom is also that the professors see themselves as mentors. They're here not only to teach, but also to guide, challenge, and support you in your learning journey. Rather than just being authority figures, they view you as partners in education. So don't hesitate to reach out, ask questions, and engage with them. You'll also experience a mix of teaching styles, from lectures and group projects to field trips and online discussions. Each format offers a unique way to engage with the material. This variety makes learning dynamic and adaptable, keeping things interesting throughout your courses. Lastly, there's an emphasis on self-directed learning. Students are encouraged to take responsibility for their own education using resources like libraries, online databases, and peer support. Independence is highly valued in academic growth, so take this as an opportunity to manage your learning journey actively. Embrace these new learning opportunities, stay curious, and make the most of every interaction. Now I'm going to pass it over to Lily, who will guide us through more details and help you get fully prepared for what's ahead. Over to you, Lily.
Thank you, Nyati, for the introduction. All right, thank you. To help us guide throughout today's session, I'm going to introduce you all to Aisha. She's an incoming business economics student from Mumbai, India, and she had achieved straight A's while she was in high school. She's very excited to start her journey here at York, but like many of you, she's also feeling very nervous about navigating this university and also country. Her mother tongue is Hindi, though she did study English while she was in high school. So she's very familiar with the language, but challenging and also like adjusting to a new academic environment can be very hard. Outside of her studies, Aisha, Aisha, my apologies. Outside of her studies, Aisha loves to volunteer and also give back to her community. Today, we'll walk through Aisha's story as she explores York's resources and also settles into her new life here in Canada. Together, we'll see how she navigates all of these challenges and also takes advantage of the opportunities that York offers. All right. Before arriving to Canada, she made sure that she was able to take advantage of some of the York's resources to prepare herself for the journey. Here's what she did to get ready. The first thing that she did was to enroll in courses. Since course selections do vary from faculty to faculty, Aisha made sure that she was selecting the right course and also the right pathway for her degree, which was business economics. This made sure that she was preparing for a smooth start to her academic journey. The next thing that she did was to participate in YU Start. The YU Start platform is an awesome platform to connect with future classmates, with student leaders, and also to learn about your campus life. Through this platform, she was able to feel part of the URQ community before even setting foot on campus. And the last thing that she did was to engage in YU Prep. To transition smoothly into university level academics, she did complete the YU Prep series, in which it offered helpful insights on what to expect for her classes and also how to succeed in her first year. Now that we have covered some of the early preparations that Aisha had done, let's take a look at what the steps that she took to ensure that the start of the academic term was also going smoothly. I'm going to pass it on to Maureen.
Before classes officially began, Aisha took some smart steps to set herself up for success. Let's go through what she did to get herself ready for university life at York. First up was International and Exchange Student Orientation, which served as her campus survival kit. This is a full-day event that provided essential information about resources on campus, including immigration support, vital for any international student. From health services to understanding her visa requirements, Aisha felt like she had the map to navigate her new environment with confidence. Next, academic orientation was crucial. It's not just about learning the ropes academically, but also an opportunity to meet professors and understand what academic success looks like here at York. Aisha found it extremely valuable to get insight on what her professors expected in terms of critical thinking, teamwork, and navigating York's grading system. I highly encourage anybody to attend this orientation as it sets up a strong foundation for academic success. Finally, was mapping out the campus, an absolute must. York's campus is huge and can sometimes feel like a maze, but Aisha took the time to find her classroom, dining spot, and key support offices. This way, she avoided the classic first-day stress and could start her semester smoothly. Knowing where everything was ahead of time allowed her to breeze through her first day of class like a seasoned pro. By taking these steps, Aisha felt prepared and ready to dive into university life with confidence. I recommend following her lead for your first day in order to make sure it is as smooth and as enjoyable as possible. Now that we've dived into her pre-arrival steps, we'll be diving into some strategies that she took during her first couple weeks.
Thank you, Maureen. And now that she had started her classes, within her first weeks at York University, she had discovered some of the strategies that could help her thrive in the classroom. One of the first things that Aisha did was to arrive on time. She did realize that there was an importance on being on time. And by getting to classes early, she was able to settle in, catch up with her classmates, and also mentally prepare for the session. These steps ensured that she was able to start each class feeling mentally prepared and also calm and also focused. She found that embracing the diversity in her classes was also opening her mind to new perspectives, and also listening to her peers' viewpoints felt like a cultural exchange, making each discussion a really valuable learning experience beyond the curriculum. Another game changer was her approach to the course outline. Aisha took the time to study it and also treating it as a roadmap so that could keep her on track with deadlines and also expectations. This little habit ensured that she was never caught off guard by assignments or unexpected deadlines. She was also committed to completing her assigned readings before each class. This only helped her in following along with ease and also gave her the confidence to contribute actively during discussions. And her insights also remind us that success in the classroom is not just about grades, but is also about fully engaging with the learning experience. And that means that she is able to prepare for each class with intention and also curiosity. Now that we have covered Aisha's top tips on making the most out of each class, let's take a look at the habits that helped her stay on track and also get ahead of her game. These little tricks ensured that she was not only keeping up with classes, but also building a strong foundation for each semester. All right, and now we're going to look at some of the practical strategies that made her day-to-day academic life much smoother. The first thing that she did was to master e-class navigation. She was able to learn her way around the online platforms where all of the assignments, announcements, and also course materials are organized. Having everything in one place helped her stay on top of the deadlines and also make sure that she was never missing any updates. Another area of importance was understanding the YorkU 9.0 grading scale. Knowing how grades are calculated and what's expected within each course helped her set some realistic goals and also measure her progress effectively. This was a key step in prepping her for her study plans. Then there's also the principle of respect in the classroom. She mutes her devices, she avoids side conversations, and also stayed focused during lectures. This creates a considerate learning environment for everyone and also helps her maintain her own concentration during classes. And lastly, she believes in making a great impression. She found that consistent attendance, active participation, also coming prepared for each class makes a big difference. Engaging in discussions not only boosts her understanding, but also strengthens her connections with her professors, which can be very valuable throughout her university journey. And now we're going to see how Aisha's goal is not to stay on track, but also to excel. To keep her academic performance on target, she's also relying on a special tool, which is the YorkU GPA calculator. Let's take a look at how she uses this tool to plan for GPA success.
Aisha discovered a fantastic tool that has helped her stay on track with her academic goals, the YorkU GPA calculator. This tool has become her go-to on keeping her pulse on her performance throughout the semester. With the GPA calculator, Aisha can know where she stands by checking her GPA impact right after an exam or an assignment, quick and easy. She loves that it helps her plan for her practical GPA by allowing her to test for different possible grades and see how that might affect her overall performance. This makes it easier for her to focus on realistic goals. Another benefit of the calculator is that it helps her stay on top of each course by setting grade goals that are both challenging and achievable. And the best part, it's simple and easy to use. Just enter a grade and credit, and the calculator takes care of the rest. Plus, with 24/7 access, Aisha can check her progress anytime, anywhere, which helps her feel in control of her academic journey. This tool is small, but a powerful way for her to stay active and keep her motivated to achieve her GPA goal. Now that Aisha has a solid strategy for tracking her individual progress, she's ready to tackle another essential part of university life, group work. Collaborative projects can be challenging, but they're also a fantastic way for you to learn and grow. Let's explore Aisha's top insight on how to make the most of collaborative projects.
Thank you so much, Maureen. Collaborative projects are a big part of university life, and Aisha quickly learned that they work a little differently here than in high school. Instead of the classic divide and conquer approach, group work at York is all about blending different strengths and truly working together. Collaboration isn't just about getting the work done, it's also an opportunity for building friendships and skills. Through group work, Aisha found study buddies, future friends, and a chance to practice communication and leadership. One of her first insights was the importance of clear communication. Think of it like a group chat. Keep it simple, honest, and always follow up. This way, everyone stays on the same page and there's no room for misunderstandings. She also discovered that assigning roles early on, like having a research lead or a presentation pro, makes everything flow better. When everyone knows their part, the group operates like a well-oiled machine. Aisha also learned the value of mapping out the project from the start. Setting expectations for meetings, deadlines, and milestones helps keep the process smooth and productive, avoiding that last minute rush. And lastly, Aisha stresses the importance of teamwork with integrity. That means no shortcuts. Everyone pulls their weight, shares sources fairly, and cites sources properly. It's all about respecting each other's efforts and keeping the work genuine. Speaking of integrity, academic honesty is something that Aisha takes very seriously, especially as she navigates a new educational system. Let's dive into Aisha's perspective on academic integrity and why it's essential in university. Over to you, Lily.
Thank you, Niyati. And I will be tackling what academic integrity is. Now, for Aisha, this is not just a set of rules. This is a foundation for building trust and also respect within university. Aisha has come to understand that it's not just about avoiding trouble, but it's also about taking ownership of her work and also feeling proud of what she brings to the table. Though one of her guiding principles is honesty. She treats academic honesty as the golden rule, and if it is not her work, she's not going to claim it. Citing sources and also acknowledging others' ideas isn't just a rule, but it's also a badge of respect. It's hard work for the others. For Aisha, integrity equals to success. She knows that being honest in every project, exam, and also essay builds trust with her professors and also peers, which sets her up for future wins. Employers value this quality, and it's also something that she wants to carry with her beyond university. She also learned the importance of planning ahead and also asking questions. If she's ever in doubt, she's able to remind herself to start early, or if she's ever uncertain, she's able to ask professors for any guidance. She believes that it's also always better to be safe than sorry. Now, Aisha keeps in mind that the consequences of academic offenses just go beyond grades. They can impact future scholarships, internships, and also her reputation. So staying true to her values is her top priority. And lastly, she's aware that some common offenses, such as copying, pasting from unreliable resources or sharing inappropriate help with her classmates, can be common. And while it may seem harmless, shortcuts like this can lead to serious setbacks. So Aisha chooses integrity over shortcuts every time. Now, a big part of academic integrity is being able to cite your sources properly. Aisha had faced a lot of this challenge while she was in university, and she had not had this experience while she was in high school. Now, she picked some of the valuable insights about the way that citing matters and how to get the help that she needs. We're going to dive into how Aisha's perspectives on citing resources have led us to new strategies in university.
Learning to cite her sources was a big adjustment for Aisha, but along the way, she's come to understand why it's so important. Let's take a look at her insights on why citing really matters. First, citing is about respecting the original ideas. Aisha realized that when she cites, she's giving credit to the authors and researchers whose work she's building on. It's all about acknowledging their hard work and giving credit where it's due. Citing also helps boost her credibility. By using reliable sources and referencing them properly, Aisha found that her arguments became stronger and her work looked more thoughtful and well researched. It's a great way to show that she's done her homework. Then there's the importance of avoiding plagiarism. Proper citation is essential for maintaining academic honesty and integrity. By learning to cite correctly, Aisha ensures that her work is original and respects York's academic policies. Another benefit of citing is that it helps others follow her research path. With clear citations, readers can trace her sources, dive deeper into the topic, and explore related ideas. It's like leaving a research trail that others can follow. For anyone still learning the ropes, Aisha suggests some great resources at York. She found the Writing Center incredibly helpful for advice on citations, format, and tools, especially when they offer one-on-one advising. They offer support on everything from MLA to APA, making it much easier to get it right. And finally, there's Scott Library's resources at York University that have been invaluable for her. York's library offers guides and workshops on different citation styles, which helped Aisha master the process. With their support, she feels much more confident in citing correctly. Through these resources and her own efforts, Aisha has come to see citations as a valuable and essential part of her academic journey. As Aisha has learned, mastering the skill of citing sources and maintaining academic integrity is a big part of succeeding at university. But she didn't learn this all on her own. She had support from the incredible resources and people at York. Now, to help you feel even more prepared, let's hear some additional tips from the student success team. They've guided countless students through the university journey, and they're here to share their best advice for making the most of your time here at York. To start with, my number one tip would be stay organized with a study schedule. Being an international student, things can get really bumpy, really weird here in Canada, but don't be scared. Consistency is the key. You need to create a study schedule that includes all your assignments, all your deadlines, so you know you're not missing out on anything. But except for that, also make sure you're making time for yourself, for what you love doing, your passions, and your well-being. I'll pass it over to Lily now.
Thank you, Niati, for your tip. My tip would be taking advantage of the office hours. Office hours are weekly scheduled times in which you can talk to your professor or teaching assistant, or we call it TAs here at York. And they're here to help. Again, as Niati had mentioned throughout this session, these are mentors in which you can go to for support and also for any help that you need in terms of career or course-wise. So please don't hesitate to actually attend these office hours if you need like actual support, if you want clarification on like any assignments, any tests as well. And these are also a great way for you to connect and also find networking opportunities. So this is really, really great resource to build connections, to be able to talk to your professors, to talk to faculty members, as well as just getting the support that you need. And now I'll be passing it to Maureen.
So one of my tips would just be getting familiar with the campus resource early. So before classes begin, I just really advise you to just take some time to explore the campus and discover the resources available to you, like the library, the student support services, and study spaces. Knowing where everything is just going to be able to help you breeze through everything and just make sure that you know what resources to go to once you're struggling. So now that we've gone through the amazing tips through the student success team, let's talk about the tool that all brings this advice together in one place, the Resource Guide for Academic Success. This guide is designed to make your university journey smoother and to give you the confidence to tackle any challenges that come your way.
Thank you, Maureen. A little more about the resource guide. The resource guide is your ultimate companion for navigating life at York. It's packed with everything you need to succeed academically and personally. First, it includes professional email templates to help you master the art of effective communication. Whether you're emailing a professor or an advisor, these templates show you how to craft clear, concise, and respectful messages that leave a positive impression. Next, it's a treasure trove of helpful resources. That's a tongue twister. From navigating campus services to academic tools, this guide connects you to everything you need to make your university experience as smooth as possible. And finally, it's a blueprint for academic success, offering strategies to help you excel in class, build connections, and balance your academic and personal life with confidence. This guide is like having your own personalized playbook for success at York. With all these resources at your fingertips, I'm sure you're excited to dive in. To help answer any questions you might have about the guide or anything else, we're going to pass it over to Zhang for a quick Q&A session. Over to you, Zhang.
Thank you so much, Student Success Team, for such an informative presentation. We hope you had the opportunity to get some insight on the Canadian education system, the importance of academic integrity, and some of the vast number of resources that are available to you as a York University student. Now we give you an opportunity to use the Q&A feature to ask us some questions. Okay. Just a quick note, as international students ourselves, we have walked in your shoes and faced the same challenges you might be thinking about. So we're here to share the wisdom we have gathered along the way and support you on your journey here in Canada. Therefore, this is the perfect opportunity for you to have all your questions and concerns addressed directly by the Student Success team here. So do not hesitate to ask anything in your mind. As we're waiting for you folks to type in your questions, we have some common questions being asked at other events that we believe are helpful to address. Okay, so I know that we touched on this subject during the presentation. However, can you clarify what counts as plagiarism in Canadian universities and how can students ensure that they are not accidentally plagiarizing? Lily, can you guide us through this question, please?
Thank you, Zhang, for the question. So plagiarism in university means that you're going to present ideas of others as if they're your own. So this is one of the main concerns that you do have in university, and that leads to a violation of academic integrity, as we have seen before in this session. And it's also very important to be aware of the types of plagiarism within this university, and also know that it can be intentional and also unintentional. One of the most prominent one is accidental plagiarism, in which it occurs when a person fails to quote the sources used in a work, misquotes, or unintentionally paraphrases a source using the same structure or words. Another prominent type of plagiarism is also direct plagiarism, in which you just copy someone else's work without citing the source. There are more types of plagiarism, and the way to avoid this is actually through an extensive review of the presentation information. So that means you're going to review it and make sure that you're not copying or like accidentally copying someone else's work, using the services available from the Writing Center here at York, and also using a peer review method. So that means getting your peers or getting your instructor or teaching assistants to review your work before you actually do submit it. I would like to particularly draw attention to the Writing Center at York. They offer services such as one-on-one appointments. They also have drop-in sessions, and you can also gain access to writing resources. Hope this answered the question, Zhang.
Thank you, Lily, for such a comprehensive explanation. I hope you're taking notes because these are very important information. Okay, Niati, some students might wonder how can they participate in class if they're shy or not confident in their English, and how can they improve their English skills?
That is a great question. And to start with, it is completely normal to feel shy or unsure when participating in class, especially if English is not your first language. The good news is that York has several resources and initiatives to help you build your confidence and improve your English skills. First, I would recommend checking out the ESL Open Learning Center on campus. They offer incredible support for improving your speaking, writing, learning, and overall language learning skills. Whether you need help with grammar, pronunciation, or structuring your thoughts in English, the OLC is a fantastic place to start. The links will be dropped below. And another great initiative is the English Conversation Partners Program by York International. This program pairs you with a conversation partner, usually a fellow student, so you can practice English in a supportive and casual environment. It's a wonderful way to build your skills and also learning about the Canadian culture and making new friends. When it comes to participating in class, I would say start small. Maybe try asking a question after class, contributing to a smaller group discussion first. Professors and classmates in Canada are usually very understanding and supportive. And over time, as your confidence grows, you'll find it easier to participate in larger class settings. Remember, you're not alone in this journey, and York has a strong community and resources to help you every step along the way.
Thank you so much, Niati. York University has a lot of resources that can help you build your confidence here with your English skills. Okay, next question that we have. Maureen, can you inform us what's academic advising? Why is it important for students to take advantage of this?
So just to start off, I just want to define what academic advising is. So academic advising is a service that just assists you with understanding your degree requirements, helps you with anything academic related and any academic petitions or anything you might need help with. They're just a great resource for you to ensure that you keep on track with your degree and just know what is required of you and when. And it is very important for students to just really be engaged, and I recommend it. And it is different for each department. So just check your department to see where they like provide.
Definitely. When I first came here, everything was so overwhelming, and I have to come to my academic advisor a lot, and they really do help me. This is a very important question. So Lily, can you tell students here how can they best prepare for the first day of their class?
Thank you, Zhang, for the question. I do agree that it can be very overwhelming during your first days, and as you are like going to a university, and if you're coming from another country, it can be very, very challenging. And in order to prepare for your first day, I'll definitely recommend exploring the campus before. They have a virtual map, or like if you're able to, please come in person to make sure that you're not feeling lost in your first day in class, and that you know how to head to your the buildings where your courses are located in. Another tip that I do have is to learn about your course schedule. This is going to be available online, and it is best to know about the expectations of when your courses are going to be and what they are, so that you're feeling confident and you're also staying very open to what is happening and while you're navigating the campus. And the last tip for me is to make sure that you are staying open-minded on your first day. There are multiple student organizations and also other peer leaders and also faculty members, and that includes your instructor, teaching assistants, or other staffs here on campus that are available and also very excited to welcome you in your university journey. So I'll definitely say to not feel intimidated or scared to explore these new resources, and I definitely do take use of those.
Thank you, Lily. Having a good first day will set up a good momentum for the rest of the school year, and it really helps you become prepared so you can feel confident and tackle any obstacles that are thrown your way, right? Okay. The information on this webinar can be overwhelming for you, but don't worry about missing any notes. The slide will be posted on the website after this webinar, and you are encouraged to rewatch it. However, if you have any concern, this is the perfect opportunity for all the questions to be addressed. Okay, perfect. So we have a question in the Q&A section. So student ask, hi, how do you find your academic advisor in the first place? Any of y'all can take on this question.
All right, I'll be taking on this question. Your academic advisor can vary from faculty to faculty. I am a student in the psychology department, so that means that I'm in the faculty of health. That means that you're going to find on York's website your designated faculty, so the faculty that you belong to, and then you can find like the resources. They offer in-person ones. They also offer like virtual appointments or like drop-in sessions, so like you can have the access to one anytime you want. So if you want to find your academic advisor, I'll definitely go look into like your degree and also find the college or the faculty that you're associated with. And then from there, you're going to look at, go to the York's website and then find the appropriate contact information. So I do see that it is attached in the chat, and please feel free to look over at those. These are very helpful.
Thank you so much, Lily. And we also have dropped the links in the chat so you can go through and find the academic advising offices depending on which faculty you belong in. Okay, so we're gonna move on to the next question. This is the question that I want to ask you to, Niati. Like, what should I do if I'm falling behind, having difficulties with my classwork?
I would say one of the best places to start is with the Learning Skills Services office on campus. They offer workshops, one-on-one support, helpful strategies to improve your time management, study techniques, and overall academic performance. Whether it's tackling procrastination or organizing your notes, they have you covered. Another tip that I would suggest is to create a timetable with your deadlines once again, right at the start of semester. Write down each and every due date for every smallest assignment to a big exam project. Having this visual guide in front of you will make it easier to stay organized and prevent any last minute stress. So you know that assignment is coming and you know you need to prepare for it. It's also a great way to review where you're at, prioritize your tasks if you feel like you're falling behind. I would also recommend do not forget to communicate with your TAs or professors if you're struggling. They are here to help you out, whether it's clarifying concepts or offering extensions when needed. Reaching out shows initiative and can make a very big difference for you.
Thank you so much, Nianti. The most important tip is no procrastination, I would say. Okay, since college is structurally way different than high school, Maureen, can you give us insights onto how the assignments and exams are structured in your university?
So assignments and exams are structured differently depending on the class. So that sometimes it can be like group work, take-home exams, tests, or just like individual assignments, but it all depends, and exams can be multiple choice or short answer. And it all honestly depends on the class. It varies from class to class. As like we talked about, there's different class sizes and different ways classes are taught. So the one thing I would recommend is just making sure to check your course outline and syllabus, as that is like the one place where you have a clear outline of what exam breakdown will be and how the assignments are structured. And that can be found
Okay,
in class, by the way.
absolutely. Okay, following up on that question, Lily, can you tell us what's the syllabus and how can the students take advantage of it?
Yes, thank you, Zhang. The syllabus is a document that is shared to all students within a course that outlines all essential information that you need about it. So building on top of what Maureen had mentioned on checking the course online on eClass, it includes some topics of study and all of the deadlines for the assignments that you have for this course, the weight for like each assignment and also for each exams, and quizzes or like any other assessments that might be incorporated in the course. There is one instance in which a professor told me that a syllabus is kind of like a contract in which you have with your instructor. So that means that it's going to outline all of the expectations, all of the assessments for the course, and both you and also the instructor are going to be bound by the terms of it. So that means that you're not going to get like some unexpected assessments. Everything that you need to know and everything that the instructor is going to require you to know is outlined in this document. So this is a great way, just as Aisha did, to like study what you're going to look at for the next few months. And to also take advantage of the syllabus, it is very good practice to know the deadlines. Again, this is going to build on top of what Nianti had mentioned, to make sure that you are staying on top of all of the deadlines and staying track on all of them. So one thing that I would like to recommend is making sure that you know the deadlines in a calendar, and that way you can keep track of them and learning about like the weight of like each assessment. So let's say for an exam you do have like 30%, you might dedicate like more effort towards like studying for this exam rather than like for a quiz, which is only worth like 1%. So that means that you're going to like change your priorities according to the weight for like each assessment. And this is going to enable you to become more prepared and also aware of the status of like your completion within a course.
Absolutely. I wholeheartedly agree with everything that you just say. One of my tips is just I always, before the first day of my class, I always take detailed notes of everything that's on the syllabus, from the assignments, the deadlines, to like the TAs and professor email. It's very important. Okay. Thank you so much for your questions. Now I would like to share some of the upcoming pre-arrival webinar events. However, you can continue using the Q&A feature to ask any questions that you may have. We'll be coming back to the Q&A section again at the end of the webinar. And as a reminder, all the registration links to the events will be shared in the chat. Okay, Global Peer Program is an amazing program brought to you by York International. And in this program, you'll get a chance to learn all about York from a student perspective and hear about experiences of current students at York. The program consists of 2 different events each month, which is the GPP community event and GPP drop-in. Okay, similar to our GPP monthly drop-in, our monthly community event is a fun virtual event where you get a chance to connect to GPP mentors and meet your fellow international students. Our mentors will have discussions about different themes that will help you embark on your journey to Canada with confidence. This month's theme is traveling to Canada, and it will take place tomorrow on Thursday, November 28th. We're looking forward to seeing you there. Coming to another country to pursue a higher education is admirable. However, it's understandable that the process can be a little bit confusing. So rest assured, in our upcoming webinar, Pathway to Success, Navigating Graduate School and Canadian Culture, taking place on December 11th, we offer you tips and tricks to navigate graduate school at York University and Canadian culture as a whole. When I first arrived at the Canadian border, it was a little bit nerve-wracking and overwhelming, and some of y'all might share the same feelings. This webinar, Arriving at the Canadian Border on December 18th, is designed specifically to address these concerns by offering you insights on how to navigate this experience as smoothly as possible. If you cannot make it to tomorrow's drop-in, do not worry, because we're hosting another drop-in just for y'all on December 12th from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Come by and ease your nerves by having your question answered by our mentors. And here is our York International event calendar. You can find registration links for upcoming pre-arrival webinars, the GPP events, and other fun York International meetup. The calendar link is also going to be shared in the chat. Please take some more time to follow us on social media so you can be extra updated with our future webinars and events. And before we end today's webinar, I will take a quick look at the chat to see if there are any last-minute questions. Okay. Look like we're all set for the day. Thank you so much, Student Success Team, for such an amazing presentation, and thank you all for joining us today. We hope that some of your concerns are addressed and you will feel more confident with your journey in Canada. Really looking forward to seeing you again at our future events. Thank you.